Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knight Baseball 2015. The season is underway, and today we have the home opener for the Red Knights as they are hosting the Storm out of Chanhassen in the Metro West Baseball League. It's a brand new division this year that the Red Knights and Chanhassen have gone into. A number of other schools, new schools. We'll talk about that as the broadcast gets going. But let's talk about the game at hand right now. The Red Knights hosting Chanhassen this afternoon on the hill for the Red Knights. Be a senior, number 22, Tyler Wyville, who's already thrown a game so far this year. Beat Richfield last week and going for his second win of the season. You'll see on the screen right now the batting lineup for Chanhassen. The Storm this year, a very senior-heavy team. 11 seniors this year, 7 in the starting lineup. This is a team that is expected to do big things in the Metro West. Very different story for the Red Knights. We'll talk about it too. They have a very young team this year. A lot of sophomores, juniors getting a first taste of varsity baseball. All right, let's get this game underway right now. And once again, welcome. My name's Chris O'Connor. Great to be with you this afternoon here at Benilde-St. Margaret's. Leading off will be the center fielder for the Storm. This is Cole Kirchhoff. First pitch, swing, and line shot out to center field.
Now up number 2, Nick Smith.
Riley Clarine makes the put out. One pitch, one out. Here's the defensive position for the Red Knights. Tyler Wyville on the hill, Simonetti at catch. Here's the first pitch to the second batter. This is Nick Smith. Nick is the second baseman for the Storm. Takes a ball to start. Right now, Chanhassen is hitting the ball. They're after it right now. And that ball was well hit, struck over Riley Crane's head in center field. This is going to be a stand-up double for Nick Smith. So 2 hard-hit balls to get the game going for Chanhassen. Chan now has a man in scoring position. Coming to bat, number 15, this is Ty Denzer. He's the number 3 in the lineup tonight. Takes the ball just inside. Smith at second base right now. We're in the top half of the first inning. Home opener for the Red Knights. Wyville working for the Red Knights in the stretch. Low, ball gets behind Simonetti, the catcher, and that will advance Smith to third base. Wyville a little jam to start the game. Looking to see if he can get it out. Hold that runner at third base. Here's the pitch. Still low. Again, even if he loses this batter, no problem. Put a man on. You can always load him up, look for a force out somewhere around the infield. Wyville in the stretch. Catches the inside corner. Beautiful day at Benilde-St. Margaret's today. Sunshine, 70 degrees at game time. There's a hard hit ball to second base. And we'll get the fielder's choice to first base. Smith will score on the fielder's choice. We'll get the out. Chanhassen takes an early 1-0 lead. And now coming up for the Storm, this is their number 4 hitter. Left fielder, this is Jack Matson. Here's the pitch. Red Knights, as I mentioned, starting a very young lineup. A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. The ball hit to second base, routine play, and we'll get an out, and the Red Knights will retire the Storm. Well, Storm in that inning picked up a hit, scored a run, and we'll go into the bottom of the first with the score 1-0. As I was saying earlier, the Red Knights this year with a lot of underclassmen on this team. Last year, the Red Knights fielded 13 seniors on a team that went deep into the playoffs last year. And this year, Coach Greg Hemke decided it was time to go with some younger players. So you'll see a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors out on the field this year in a very, very different Benilde-St. Margaret's lineup. Let's talk. Here's the lineup coming up for the Red Knights. Crane, Shue, and Simonetti are the top three, with Wyville coming in as the number 4 hitter, and then we'll be bringing you the rest of the Red Knights lineup. This should be an interesting game tonight as they face the pitcher, Jordan Bonk. Bonk is a sophomore, and according to their coach, is the number 1 pitcher for the Storm. So the Red Knights are seeing the best that the Storm has to offer. Bonk threw for the varsity for Chanhassen last year and earned the top spot again this year. In warm-ups, he's been throwing quite a few fastballs, just showed a breaking ball there too, so we'll see what else he has. But this is a team that, as I mentioned, starts 7 seniors and has 11 total on the team, and big things are expected of this team. I talked to their coach, A.J. Peterson, before the game, and A.J., some of you might know that name, graduated from Minnetonka back in 2007 and played ball for Tonka, went on to the U, played for the Gophers, and then went into the minor leagues for in the Twins organization and played some rookie ball before making a move to take over the Chanhassen team this spring. All right, let's get the Red Knights up and going. Senior will open up, number 17. This is Riley Crane. Crane saw a lot of action last year as a junior in the outfield for the Red Knights, and was one of the top leadoff hitters last year. Bonk opens up with a fastball, low, called strike. Two strikes on Riley Crane right now. And there's the pitch from Bonk. Called strike 3. And you're just watching Bonk here from the side. He looks very focused, looks very, very much in control. Red Knights now bringing up their second baseman. This is Jamison Shue. Had a couple of plays in the field in the first half of the top of the first. Shue, number 12 for the Red Knights. Quick bats are going to get to Bonk today. He's got some heat, and he's delivering it right now. So the Red Knights are going to have to be challenged to be swinging, because he's gonna challenge these guys. The coaches for the Red Knights, take one for the team, and as you know, we have ice. Joe Boyd is the coach at first base, and head coach Greg Hemke, the coach at third. All right, so the Red Knights have Shue at first base on a hit by pitch, and now we bring up the catcher, Riley Simonetti. Simonetti, varsity experience, played with the Red Knights varsity team last year. Screams one out to right field. We'll see if we can't get Shue over to third, as the ball was bobbled, and Shue will make his way over to third base. So, first pitch hit to the right side by Simonetti. All of a sudden, the Red Knights have a little action going at the bottom of the first. Shue goes to third on the hit. Simonetti at first, and we will have a pitch runner for Simonetti. Simonetti doing the catching tonight. And Nick Giannet will be the pinch runner over at first base. All right, here's Wyville, the pitcher, batting in the 4th spot. Probably one of the bigger hitters on the Red Knights team this year. Takes a called strike. Giannet over at first base. We'll see if they can't move him down. Maybe he can steal a base. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right at the second baseman, caught and doubled off Shu, or Simonetti at first base. Actually, Gianne was picked off on that line shot to the second baseman. So the Red Knight threat is over on a double play, as they opened up with a hit, advanced a runner to third base but couldn't score him. So now we'll go into the bottom of the first, top of the second actually. Top of the second with the score still Chan 1, the Red Knights 0. You got a chance to come on out to the ballpark this year. Red Knights and the senior Red Knights parents put on a real nice hospitality. Great concessions. Got a nice crowd here today. I'd say there's probably about 50, 75 people in the bleachers, which are now completed. Red Knights redid the field several years ago, and one of the goals in the offseason was to get in one set of bleachers, final set of bleachers, and now everything is complete. And it is a beautiful mid-April day here at Benilde-St. Margaret's for a game. A little more on the Red Knights as they join the Metro West Conference. Some of the other teams in the division this year: Bloomington Kennedy, Jefferson also in, Chaska, St. Louis Park. Richfield is in there too. It's always nice to see Richard Olson swing by the broadcast booth. We always invite Richard up. Richard, you want to take a seat over here and hear?
19, the first baseman, Kevin Sampson.
He'd rather walk away. He wants me to talk about developmental and opportunities for young girls and boys to join the Red Knights team. Several openings still in the junior high this year, and Richard Olson is a great addition to the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights staff and works tirelessly to get students to attend school here and does a fine job. All right, so we're back down to the top of the second. Hard hit ball into the hole. Great play by Shu. Gets the ball over, and we have one out for the Red Knights.
8, the third baseman, Chad Clute.
All right, so for Chanhassen, we've got Chad Clute coming up, number 8. 1 up, 1 down for the Red Knights. And a nice play by Jamison Shu at second base. Weibel, I would think Weibel will be considered one of the aces of the team this year. I know he plays a lot of off-season baseball and is dedicated to this sport. Wind is blowing slightly out today, which is a nice thing. Ball can get up like that one, and that's into the wind, and it's off the wall out in left field. Kind of ironic, I mentioned the wind, and all of a sudden he puts one up in the wind. The ball was hit well.
Now up, number
Stand-up
18,
double.
the right fielder, Jared Davidson.
For Clute. All right, now the right fielder, number 18, Jared Davison, steps in for Chanhassen. Chan has put runners in scoring position, both innings so far. Clute on second. Weibel works again out of the stretch. Here's a pitch by Weibel, called strike. Just inside. Weibel working low right now, trying to get a ground ball, so keep something in the infield right now, hoping for a ground hit ball that they can hold a runner at second base, get an out at first. Again, no big damage if he were to lose him. Then we get forces at all the bases. Counts 3-1 right now. Weibel working from the stretch. Simonetti as the catcher. Pitch a bit high, and that's going to walk him.
Now up, number 7, the catcher.
All right, so Chanhassen now has runners on first and second. You got 1 out. And this is the catcher, Jeffrey Kressler, for the Storm. Wyville looking for something to hit in the infield, see if we can twist two, and the runners are off on the first pitch. Here's a throw down to third, and they will have him out. Double steal in effect by Chan, thinking they might catch the Red Knights sleeping, but they didn't. Cinemeti caught that ball, took a step back. Rocket fire down to third base. Dries put the tag on the runner, and he was out. All right, up for the Storm right now. This is a designated hitter. This is Daniel Ferris. Still a scoring threat by the Storm here. With a runner on second base, I'd like to welcome into the broadcast booth Paul Harris. Paul, it's good to see you. I'm going to tell everybody how we know each other here in a second. But we can talk right now. So we got a strikeout by Ferris. The Storm leave a man at second base. Do not plate anybody. And now we're through an inning and a half, and the score is 1-0 Chan over the Red Knights. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Put that right up there, and all is good. Paul Harris and I have known each other for how long now?
Probably about 10 years.
Oh my gosh, you're probably right.
Our boys were 9, started playing against each other.
Back in the day when my son played travel for Plymouth Wayzata and your son played for Chaska before they split, Chaska Chan, we played against each other.
Yep, we coached against each other and became friends as rivals. And I think our first memorable experience is when we had the St. Paul Saints come host a game that we were playing against each other, and you were dancing and kissing a pig. I think that's the first time I really met you.
I just always get a laugh out of that. That was at your home field, and we had probably the most fun we'd ever had that night, watching our kids play baseball surrounded by the St. Paul Saints. That was a big league experience out to your place that night. And here we are 10 years later. Your son down in Mankato.
Yeah, actually he's at Winona State.
My bad. Winona State. And my son Johnny down at Mizzou. But it's good to have you on here today. You want to hang around and chat me up just a little bit?
Sure, I'll help you out with some of the Chan guys that I coached.
That'd be great. I'd love it if you did that. All right, we got Matt Brooks, number 15. This is shortstop. And I'm going to lean over to Johnny Vasiri, sophomore? Sophomore. Okay, this is one of a lot of sophomores, Paul, on this team, sophomore juniors for the Red Knights. Last year, as you know, we had 13 seniors. It's kind of flipped this year. Chan's got 11.
Yeah, we had 10 last year. My son was a senior last year, so.
It's a ball down the third base line. Nice play, and a rocket fire over to first base, caught him by a step. So that's a ground ball out for Matt Brooks. So kind of a different deal, Paul. You know, a lot of experience, a lot of senior leadership for Chan this year, and a lot of underclassmen getting their first taste of what's going on here at the varsity level for the Red Knights. Here's Johnny Vasiri, number 9. He's the designated hitter for the Red Knights. John is one of the top pitchers for the Red Knights this year in the DH role tonight. Got to give a shout out to John Vasiri, Johnny's dad, all the good folks out there at Maurer Chevrolet. We love those guys and all the support they give us, all the support for Red Knight baseball. Here's the ball to the shortstop. And Paul, I'm assuming those guys over in short and third seniors this year?
Yep, Ty Denzer, shortstop. Ball just hit to him. He's going to Kansas to play baseball next year.
Okay, yeah, he looks solid out there.
Yeah, and the third baseman actually just moved into the Chan area. Wasn't with the team last year. Moved in from a Class 2A school up north someplace, and has filled in nicely already.
Here's Derek Dries for the Red Knights. First pitch swing, foul back. Johnny Dries, underclassman, he's also a sophomore too. So the left side of the Red Knights infield is all sophomores. It's a pop-up that's going to just be into the parking lot. We'll see if we can't get a windshield. No. I see our third musketeer is here tonight in that Neil Gugamos has showed up. We love seeing Neil. Close, warm, personal friends. You and Gugamos are twin sons of a different mother, right?
Yeah, we go back to the college days.
I'd like to hear some of those stories one of these days.
Not sure they're fit for radio.
Well, radio or television. I'm hearing big things about their the pitcher this year. This Jordan Bonk.
Yep.
Paul, sophomore and
Sophomore pitched some varsity games last year. Played on our Legion team last summer.
strong arm, huh?
Yep. Yep. Really good athlete, basketball player. Play some different positions. Probably fill in, play shortstop next year after Ty graduates. But had some varsity pitching experience last year and did really well. Probably Chan's top pitcher this year.
Yeah, that's what Coach said. Here's the right fielder for the Red Knights, number 2. This is Jack Quaylen. Red Knights trying to get something going here in the bottom of the second. They're down 1-0 to Chan right now. Pitch is high. Have you seen Chan play outside of today, Paul?
Yeah, I've been to went to both of their scrimmages and 2 of their games so far.
They beat Tonka last night, huh?
Yeah, kind of nice for AJ to go back and beat his alma mater. So I'm sure he was pretty excited about that.
And I haven't taken a hard look at Tonka, but I would imagine they usually put a pretty good team on the field.
They were ranked 2nd in the state going into last night's game. So
there's a nice little line shot. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Might even be stand-up 2. We'll advance the runners to 2nd and 3rd. Not a hard hit ball, but it kind of found that little seeing eye out there to allow him to get to second base. Our Red Knights with a scoring threat going on right now. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. And coming up for the Red Knights will be Martino, but AJ, go on, settle him down.
I think Chan's pretty excited to have AJ. I was on the committee that interviewed and hired him, and we looked at a bunch of different candidates, and he was fresh off playing professional baseball up through last June. So
he told me before the game, I was over in the Chan dugout, and I said, so AJ, if you had to sum it all up, how would you put it? He goes, for me, great defense, couldn't hit, sent home.
Yeah, kind of interesting. In his interview, he was talking about how he was the first Twins draft pick from 2012 to make it to AA, and then kind of realized that was probably the highest level he was ever going to get to.
But still, that's a great testament to.
It was, but I think it's a testament to his self-awareness too, that he advanced that quickly, that far, but then realized that he struggled there and that he wasn't going to get any better.
And not a big guy either.
No,
not a big guy.
I did see there's a gopher that's challenging. So AJ has a record for 15 consecutive games with a hit for the Gophers, and there's a current gopher that has 12. So he was a pretty strong player for the Gophers, all Big Ten.
Well, I agree. You play in Tonka for high school, that's a great program, and then to go play on for John Anderson of the U is a big deal too. Here's the pitch to Martino. Just a hair late on that. Johnny Vasari, I'm leaning on you again. Martino's a what? He's a junior this year. Here's the pitch to Martino. Struck him out, so Chanhassen, after that little conference on the mound, Bonk works his way out of a jam. Red Knights leave 2 in scoring position, and we'll go down to the top of the 3rd, with Chan still holding a 1-0 lead. It's amazing, Paul, how fast this year has gone. With your son away to school and mine away, it just puts a whole different spin on things.
It really does. It is kind of interesting to be out playing baseball, though, in April, considering that the last few years we haven't really gotten out until May, it seems like.
Oh, a year ago today, we probably would have been out here in winter weather gear, and the frost was probably still on the ground, and it would have been raining.
Yeah, Chan actually had their first scrimmage in March, which has been unheard of the last few years.
Well, this is a gorgeous day for baseball. And from here, I'm going over to the football stadium and watch my daughter play lacrosse tonight. So
Nice.
this is a full schedule of Benilde athletics tonight. All right, who do we have up here?
Daniel Ferris.
This is Ferris, the designated hitter. What do you know much about him, Paul?
He's the shares catching duties with Jeffrey Kressler. They're both seniors. Daniel's trying to go on to the West Point, waiting to hear if he gets accepted. Great young guy, has the deepest voice of anybody I've ever heard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good kid.
Yeah, real good kid.
Wyville still on the mound for the Red Knights. He won his opener this year. He beat Richfield.
Big boy. Big pitcher, big catcher.
He is a big boy, and he's a kid, Paul, that played a lot of travel ball growing up, and then works a lot in the off season and travels around the country, those little showcase tournaments and whatnot. He really loves the sport. Dedicated quite a few years to it.
He's a senior. Is he going on to play?
Good question. Don't have a good answer for you. There's a ball hit to short, deep short, throw, pushed off, and I think they got him by a half step.
He did. Nice dig by the first baseman.
Matt Brooks making a nice play at shortstop, going deep into the hole, and Martino digs it out of the turf. All right, so we're going back to the top of the order. Cole Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff's first time up, Paul, I don't think you were here yet, but hit a line shot right at the center fielder at Riley Crane. Well hit ball, but just happened to be right at him. I think between the two pitchers, I think Bonk throws a tad harder. Did Chan look at a lot of guys to come in to coach the team, Paul, or how did
We did. We interviewed probably 6 candidates. We had a couple finalists, and then it went on to, I was on the preliminary committee, and then we made our suggestions for the final 2 that went on and interviewed with the kind of the school board and things like that. So.
Now, does he also teach at the school too?
He does not.
Just coach.
He just got his real estate license and is in the process of trying to get into that business. So he has a pretty flexible schedule, which helps him coach at the high school level.
All right, so Kirchhoff draws a walk. We've got no outs, and Nick Smith, the second baseman, steps in. Throws a bunt down to the third base line. That's a nice bunt, too. There was no play on that. Red Knights alert. Cover up third base. Brooks slid over, make sure that the runner didn't advance. Derek Drees was playing probably a little deeper than he wanted to with a left-handed batter up. Probably should have cheated just a hair. All right, so now Chan mounting a little threat. Men on first and second, no outs.
Actually, 1 out, I believe. Ferris,
You got 1 out?
Ferris
Oh, that's right.
with the ground out to short. This is Ty Denzer, the shortstop that's going on to Kansas. Top 5 batters in Chan's order are all going on to play college baseball.
That's
so that's
that's pretty impressive.
pretty high expectations for this year.
That's a hard hit ball. Nice play by Shu, and we're going to have a double play for the Red Knights.
It's a great play.
It was a quick backhand by Jamison Shu, a rocket right at him, and he took it right off the turf.
Denzer gets down the line pretty well, too.
Yeah,
and they
that
had him
was
beat by a full step.
It was a bang-bang play, well executed by the Red Knights, and that got them out of a potential jam. All right, so we're now going to move into the bottom of the third. That score is holding. Each team, Chan, Benilde have 3 hits. Chan holding just a 1-run lead, 1-0. As we move into the bottom of the third. It's always good to see Amy Crane out here at the game. Now, take us back, because when you and I were coaching our kids through travel ball, Chaska Chan, how did the separation, some of these kids decide to go to either Chaska or Chan? How's that work, Paul?
Well, for our grade, it ended up being pretty, kids pretty much went where they were supposed to go. It was the older kids. The first year they opened the high school, there was a bunch of, would have been sophomores that year, that should have gone to Chaska that chose to go to Chan because there was no senior class there. But after that, there was a few. We had a pretty talented grade in both kind of baseball, basketball, and football. And some of the kids actually went to Eden Prairie to get a little more exposure. Didn't want to be split up. So out of the teams that we had, some of the kids went to Chan, some went to Chaska, some went to Eden Prairie, and some went to Holy Family.
Kind of just fell around the metro.
But by the time we get to these guys, now everybody's kind of just gone where they were supposed to go. So the split's pretty much complete.
Red Knights move back to the top of the order. This is the center fielder, Riley Crane. Crane struck out first time up. Both teams with 3 hits so far. With this wind blowing out today, Paul, I'm not going to be surprised if one of these kids gets one up. It could go. Here's a high foul ball out of play. Bonk's got 2 strikes on Crane, so Crane protecting that plate right now. Here's the pitch from Bonk. Breaking
Just
ball.
got a piece of it.
Just a piece.
Nice to see. Looks like they also have some television coverage here, but obviously they put you where you should be. You got a face for radio.
Oh, Paul, that hurt. All right, Crane goes down looking, so now the Red Knights sending up Jamison Shue, who's been somewhat stellar at second base tonight. Just pulled off a nice double play. And Shue batting second in the order tonight, number 12. Paul, it's probably good that, we don't have a camera on us right now. Neither one of us are.
No, I don't even have a face for radio. So.
I'm pretty impressed with this Bonk kid right now, Paul. He seems pretty dialed in right now. Looks very, very steady and very calm.
Yep.
Hard hit ball up the middle.
Pretty young, just a sophomore. Still relies mostly on the fastball. Needs to develop a little bit more off-speed stuff to try to keep the batters off balance.
All right, Shue drives a ball up the middle, finds himself on first base. Red Knights have 1 out coming up. This is Riley Simonetti. He's got an older brother that goes to St. John's, as a freshman up to St. John's, and played football for the Johnnies this year.
Looks like Riley might play some football too.
Riley, he had a limited season this year, had an injury to his foot. And of course, you never want an injury, and especially you never want an injury when you're a senior to lose out on games, but we call Riley a big boy. Shue with the lead at first, and here's the pitch outside to Riley. Boy, Paul, if every day was like this, the world would live here, right? Couldn't be much nicer right now.
Runner's going.
Shue was off, and it was a little hit and run. So Riley was swinging and open for contact.
All right, straighten out, buddy.
Red Knights have had a couple of threats, have not put to run across. It's only 1-0.
Runner had a great jump there. Probably wishes he hadn't swung
Yeah,
at that
I
one.
agree. I don't think it would have been a problem. He would have been in the second base. He did get a good jump. Handling the PA duties today, again, John Becerri doing a stellar job. It's his maiden voyage this year. Johnny runs the tight ship out down there at Mauer Chevrolet down in Invergrove Heights. It's good to have him here, and his son is his pitcher for the Red Knights. All right, now we get a pass ball.
Allows the runner to get to second without a hit.
And he puts him down now in scoring position. So Simonetti's looking to drive in a run right now. Shu's got some pretty good speed at second base, so I would say anything through the infield, we're going to see him make a move towards home. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be played by the second baseman. We're shadowing second base.
Now up, number 22, the pitcher.
But Shu does advance on the throw to first. Red Knights with a runner on third now with 2 outs. And here's the pitcher, Weivel. The big lefty, see if he can drive home a run and tie this game up.
Couple of curveballs up. Jordan seems to have control of his fastball, but not his curveball.
Yeah,
right
I'm going to agree with you. He doesn't look real sharp on that breaking ball right now. I don't think he wants to hang anything to Weivel either. Seemed like in the first and second inning, Paul, he was really kind of working the knees. This inning, he's been a little higher. He's been letter high right now. I don't think he wanted to give much to Weivel anyways. Weivel been in the 4 spot.
Yep. First base open.
With first base open, it wasn't critical that he got him. All right, here's the shortstop. This is is Matt Brooks. And I would say, just from my history on Weivel, Paul, there's no way that Weivel's going to go anywhere at first base.
Runner there?
You know what? They may get a pinch runner down there. Johnny, who's the pinch runner? They put a pinch runner in?
It's like number 4, Alex Houlihan.
Houlihan, all right. So I'm going to take back everything I said about Weivel. Houlihan now a threat.
Interesting to see here with 2 outs if he goes, if Chan throws down or not.
Brooks just looking for a hit, an opportunity to tie this game up. Houlihan at first with a lead. And that ball is going to be played at second base. Yeah, that's just, again, the way they defensively set up, that was an easy out. All right, so again, the Red Knights a little threat. We get a man to third, but don't push across the run. We're going to hold at a 1-0 lead for Chan. He told me, as I was Paul Harris with me, and Paul, again, longtime coach, Chaska Chan. Coach said that Chaska beat EP yesterday.
Yeah, a couple days ago. So
yeah.
Chaska's 3-0, and Chan's 2-1, and Eden Prairie was ranked number 1 when Chaska beat him.
And this Metro West is not an easy conference this year.
Not for baseball.
No,
like they were a little weak
clubs
in basketball.
Yep.
But baseball-wise, got quite a few. Chan got beat their first game by Cooper, which was kind of a surprise, but they handled them pretty easily. Bonk pitched that game too, so it's like there's not really any easy games in this conference.
All right, Storm coming to bat.
Big lefty, Jack Madsen.
This kid is a big kid. I'm going to assume he's a senior, eh?
Yeah. He's another one heading down to Mankato to play baseball unless the Air Force Academy gives him a holler.
There's a ball hit at the shortstop. Brooks with the play to first. Martino at first base.
Now up, number 19,
In control.
the first baseman, Kevin Sampson.
One out for the Red Knights. And Kevin Sampson coming to the plate. Kevin playing first base for the Storm tonight.
One of the few underclassmen in the starting lineup.
Nice swing, quick swing. How did the off season, the winter season? You back on the hardwood? We did a little refereeing for basketball again.
Basketball refereeing, and really enjoy that.
One of these days, NCAA maybe, Big Ten.
Probably past my peak for that.
So ball right back at Wyville. Again, it's nice to be about 6'3", 6'4" to reach up with your arm and pull it right down. 2 outs now for Wyville and the Red Knights.
Pretty quick, fast-paced game.
It is moving fast.
Good pitchers, and the 7-inning games go by fast compared to the 9-inning games when we get to the Legion season.
This is Jeffrey Kressler for the Storm. Here's the pitch.
This is actually third baseman Clute.
All right, Clute. See, you're better. See, I can't go solo, Paul. I need you here. This is just meant to be that you showed up to the ballpark tonight.
It was such a beautiful day. I hope it wasn't. It better be worth the 45-minute drive. That should have been 10 minutes. So, not a lot of great traffic situations trying to get here.
No, if you came up Highway 100, you're. That is, at this point, as you know, a true test of patience.
I tried to outsmart people and take Shady Oak to 7 to 100.
How'd that work?
Not real well. Shady Oak's closed.
Yeah.
Down to 1 lane. They're redoing the bridge. It's 4-pitch walk to Clute.
Now up, number 18, the right fielder, Jared Davidson.
For the Storm, the right fielder, Jared Davidson, coming up. 2 outs right now. Wyville working from the stretch. The big lefty. Pitch is low.
Jared, the other underclassman in the lineup today.
Well, with all these top teams getting beat, Paul, I know it's early in the season, but very interesting to see how things start to shake out. Again,
we're talking about top teams, and they're all in the same, for Chan, they're all in the same section when it comes to state.
Right.
Chan, Chaska, Eden Prairie, Minnetonka.
Yeah, it's a brutal section. There's a hard hit ball. That's going to be up the middle.
Might play Clute, not the greatest wheels.
Bradley Crane makes the play, and the throw is cut off. And that will not result in an out, but it will result in a run.
Number 7, the catcher, Jeffrey Kressler.
I think even on a perfect throw, Paul, I think he had a pretty good jump, and I think he would have scored regardless on that.
Yeah, throw was a little offline. Pitcher cut it off and threw home, but a little too late. A little bobble by the center fielder, I think, hurt him a little bit too. The big catcher, Jeffrey Kressler, is up now. Big red-haired kid, full beard.
Looks like he's ready to take on the world.
You should see him with his helmet off. Big red afro.
Yeah.
Goes everywhere.
All right, Wyville's trying to get out of this inning. He got 2 quick outs, and then
Another solid
another
shot
hit up the
middle.
middle. That ball was hard hit. Runner will hold at second base.
Now up, number 10, the designated hitter, Daniel Ferris.
I'd say that Chan is starting to flex their muscles. They're starting to swing the bat and making some good contact. All right, we're going to have a pinch runner as well, too.
Senior Cullen McNeil, infielder, running for Kressler over at first.
At this point, Wyville desperately wants to get out of this inning. No more damage. Chan with runners on first and second.
like to get out of here and limit the damage to 1.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. He doesn't need to let any more runs in right now. Chan seems to be free swinging right now and hitting the ball hard, and Red Knight offense hasn't ignited yet. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Simonetti. It's like putting a bus behind that plate. He's not going to let much get by him. 2 balls and a strike. Foul ball out of play. Red Knights don't have an easy road. Their next game, Paul, they've got Kennedy on Thursday, and then they have Edina.
Foul ball out of play down the first baseline.
It's a tough road for Red Knight baseball this year. They just there's really no weak sisters in the league. A lot of good clubs this year.
But with really not very many seniors in the lineup, they'll have a lot of good experience.
No, yeah, I think that's
year
building the program.
well.
They'll get through Legion this summer and then come back as juniors with a lot more experience. So Red Knights should be setting up for the next couple of years to be a strong contender.
Full count here. Runners will be off on the pitch. There they go.
Nice pitch down low, forced him to swing.
All the foul balls are right into the sun, so nobody really knows where they are.
This is a park, as you know, you've come out here to watch games. You never want to park too close to this field because when the balls start flying, the windshields get scary.
Another 3-2 foul back. Runners are getting tired. Pitcher looks a little tired.
Got a little battle. I would say that, yeah.
Hard to believe that heat would be a factor, but I think it might be.
But he doesn't look, Weigel doesn't look real sharp. He looks good, but not real sharp right now. That ball is skied.
Deep left.
And we had talked.
It's gone.
We had talked, Paul, about that wind. And if you could get one up in the wind today, it could happen. And it got up in the wind, and it's a 3-run dinger.
Daniel Ferris, 3-run homer. Hopefully it didn't scare any of the softball players.
The ball was well hit. Well, this inning started off all right for the Red Knights. They did 2 quick outs, and then it changed.
A couple of well-hit singles and full count 3-run homer.
And it was a battle between those two. A lot of pitches thrown before that ball went out.
I think he fouled 4 off, 4 or 5 off before he got a hold of that one. Looks like he hung a little breaking ball that he got a hold of and pulled down the left field line.
Now up, number 1, the center fielder, Cole Kirkhoff.
You've had many times where you've gone out and talked to your pitcher. What, on a situation like this, you go out and tell Tyler, what do you say?
Last time I saw a shot like that, had a stewardess on it, I think is what I would probably say to him on that one.
You got to put a smile back on his face and say, you know what,
Try
it's
to
going to be
settle him
okay.
down.
It's going to be all right.
Top of the order again for Chan. I think he really wants him to here just bear down and try to get out of this inning. This might be it for him. Looks like he came back with a couple of little harder fastballs there.
Chan has opened up the game this inning by scoring 3-run home run. Red Knights just want this out to come in and see if they can't get their offense going. That should be caught by the left fielder.
Yeah, fly ball to left. Weigel kind of bared down there, got out of the inning.
All right, a little damage, but nothing that can't be overcome. Chan knocks the ball around the park. That's a 3-run shot, and they now open up to a 5-0 lead over the Red Knights. Well, this has got to be good for Bonk now. He's going to obviously come back out here feeling, okay, I've got a nice lead. I can settle in and maybe take a few chances here.
I'm sure Coach told him here, go after him. We don't want to give anything free, no walks, make them earn anything they get at. Don't have to be quite so careful with a 5-run lead.
Red Knights are going to open up with Vasari, so they've got 6, 7, and 8 coming to the plate. We'll see if we can't get a little action, get some boys on, and then get to the top of the order.
Now up, number 9, the designated hitter, Chanhassen.
All right, for the Red Knights in their half of the inning, we'll open up with number 9. This is a designated hitter, Johnny Vasari. Johnny is headed off next year, Paul, to the University of St. Thomas.
He'll be a Tommy boy.
He's going to be a Tommy. Red Knights need to get something going. They need runners, and they need them in a hurry here. Because as you said, a 7-inning game is a lot shorter than a Legion game of 9. I like this Bonk kid. I like his rhythm.
Yeah, he had a lot of composure, even as a freshman last year. Fell behind 2-0, and now he's come back with 2 well-placed fastballs to even it up at 2s.
Neil Gogamos, are you leaving? You got another game you got to run to?
Swung on and missed.
You got stuff.
Now up, number 5, the third baseman, Derek Dries.
I'd like that. I'd like that a lot. Good to see you. There's a third baseman, Derek Dries, sophomore again. Talking about this most of the game. The Red Knights going with a very young lineup this year. Turned over a senior class of 13 last year and are rebuilding with a big sophomore junior staff this year. These kids got to remember, Paul, that really, this is all about building for next year and beyond. May take a few lumps this year, but it's all about experience.
Yeah, valuable experience.
Great experience on the field.
5-run lead now. Bonk's gone almost exclusively with fastballs this inning.
Here's the pitch to Dries. He likes that high cheese, Paul.
Yeah. Pretty hard to get a bite of that high cheese, though. Fastball just missed, full count.
A lot of action and activity here at Benilde today. There's a shot to third baseman that
5-hole through the 5 spot.
didn't bounce when third baseman thought it would bounce.
Now up, number
So
2,
Dries
the
gets
right
down
fielder,
to
Jack
first
Coylan.
base. And Jack Coylan comes up. A lot of activity here at Benilde tonight. Baseball obviously going on. Girls lacrosse is happening on over at the football field, and I know there's a track meet at the old football stadium across the way.
I think there's a softball, either game or practice or something going on behind the left field.
Good to see a lot of kids hanging around campus this afternoon. Red Knights looking to get something going here.
catches the outside corner there. 0-2 now to Quaylen.
And the pitch.
Right on it, straight back. Bonk paying some attention to the runner at first, but really bearing down on the batter here.
Yeah, I think he's pretty focused on the matter at hand. Nice pitch.
He'll trade an out for a base here.
And here's Bonk with the pitch. And that high cheese comes back to haunt Quaylen as he goes for that.
Number 11, the first baseman,
Fouled two of them
Joseph
off, but Bonk kept
Martino.
going up the ladder and finally found one that he couldn't reach.
All right, 2 outs now for the Red Knights. We've got a man on first base trying to get him into scoring position. This is Joseph Martino. He's first baseman for the Red Knights.
Flinched the batter, flinched the umpire, and nobody swung, nobody called it a strike, so it must have been a ball.
The Red Knights would like to get Martino on. They got top of the order coming up. I think you're right, Paul. He's really kind of focused on his fastball right now. Batter should know that coming up. Working high, working low. Stuck his bat out, and that is right at the misplayed. I wonder if the sun comes into play. Throw to third base, and he pretty strong arm. But that can be a tough position to play in late afternoon
Number 17, the center fielder.
when the sun is in a blue sky.
Looks like he kind of took a stab at it. It was hit right at him, which can make it even a little tougher. Didn't get an angle on it. Now he's holding his hand up, looking at the sun. I'll be wishing he had some sunglasses on out there.
Well, let's see what the Red Knights can do now with the situation. We got runners in the corners. You got 2 outs. This time you need to produce. We go back to the top of the order for the Red Knights. Center fielder number 17. Riley Crane steps in. Crane 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts prior. Needed hit to open things up for the Red Knights. Low. I don't think Martino's a steal threat over there, Paul. They're down. They need runs. They need runners.
Outside corner. Long throws over. Just
Lazy throw to first.
a little courtesy. Keep him honest. See if maybe he got caught looking in the sun.
You know, as I said, right side of the infield at this time of day, it can get just a little squirrely with the sun. There's the pitch. He goes low, he goes high, Paul. It's like Bonk. I just think, again, a very poised young man out there.
Yeah, only a sophomore. Jan not taking any chances, sending Tiervold down to the bullpen to warm up, just in case Bonk struggles here.
The pitch to Crane fouled back. Ball's well hit, but center fielder in position. Well, just kind of jumped off the bat and then just kind of died. It
Yeah.
just flared out and too far underneath, and that's going to, again, end a threat for the Red Knights as they're going to leave runners in the corners.
Have have to have left about 6 or 7 batters.
Yeah,
on base.
there's been numerous
Through
guys
5.
left on base, and that's as a coach, you never like to see a lot of guys left on base because it was missed opportunities.
It's like Wyville's back out there for the top of the 6th.
Well, actually, you know what? I think we've switched.
Oh, you're right.
We did switch to Mitch Melquist. Let me see if I can get a little
Another
info.
big lefty. Look like Wyville out there.
It does, a little stockier. Let me see what I can find out about him. I'd like to thank Jeff Day for the cold water.
That needs you to announce that the concession stand is open. Cold drinks and hot dogs, okay?
Thank you.
Lovely ladies in the teal blue shirts.
I can make that happen. Mitch Melquist is a junior. First baseman, pitcher. Primarily, Paul, he's a reliever.
Another big boy out there.
All right, so we're moving to the top of the 5th.
Now batting, number 2, Nick Smith.
Chanhassen Storm holding a 5-0 lead over the Red Knights from Benilde right now. I'm Chris O'Connor along with the ever popular Paul Harris, imported from the southern suburbs.
Or deported, depending on how you want to look at it.
Exactly. I wasn't going to go down that route. It's good to have you back. Here's the pitch from Melquist. Low.
2-0, looking to get his team back in the dugout here.
The story of this game to me so far tonight has been some timely hitting from Chan and untimely hitting for the Red Knights.
Yeah, it seems like Chan's only left a couple runners on through 4. 3-run homer really opened things up for him. A leadoff walk here to Smith on 4 pitches. So.
All right, so Melquist walks his first batter.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ty Denzer.
And that brings up Denzer. He just has that ball player look, Paul.
Yeah, he's a switch hitter, good athlete, been the starting shortstop since he was a freshman.
Here's the pitch from Melquist.
Lefty had the runner Smith fooled at first base. He was running back towards first on the pitch home.
I think he's still trying to dial in on a strike zone right now, and
6
knows
straight balls.
he can't afford to put many more guys on.
There he found
Can't
one.
give up any more runs.
2-1 now to Denzer. Now 3-1.
In the back.
This is Mitch Melquist in relief for Tyler Wyville.
Nice fastball, just a little outside. 2 walks.
2 walks, Simonetti, the catcher. And Wyville, who moved over to first base, go over and just tell him to relax, just throw strikes, let him hit it, we'll field it.
Now batting, the first baseman, Kevin Sampson.
Actually, the left fielder, Jack Madsen. Sampson's on deck. Lefty against lefty. 9 out of 10 pitches have been balls so far.
There's I thought he might get that call just a bit inside. I looked
Flinched him
pretty
again.
nice. Yeah, he looked pretty good. taking this pitch all the way, Paul? You letting him swing?
Well, he's a pretty good hitter. I think he's got the green light if he sees something he likes. Outside again. Falling behind 3-0. Not sure if Benilde has anybody up in the pen, but
I think they're hoping he can work out of this. He's got to find a strike zone. Here's the pitch.
3 walks to lead off the inning. Makes it tough on your fielders.
All right, so the Red Knights now have called time. And Alex Wall will go out as pitching coach for the Red Knights. He's going to go out and talk to Mitch Melquist. Three straight walks, 1 strike. Makes it a little tough. Keep saying though, Paul, it's early in the year, and you know this is all about experience and facing tough situations. But you got to learn how to, you know, if you get in these situations, you got to have a way out.
Well, not a lot of
Now
defense
up,
for a
number
walk.
8, the third baseman, Chad Clute.
All right, here's Clute.
Actually, it's the first baseman, Sampson. So Clute's
You know,
on
if we didn't have
deck.
you here, I don't think we'd get one kid right.
I think they're off a bit.
Top of it.
Chan looking to really open things up here.
Most definitely in another ball. What, when you get to this situation, Paul, what happens? What's the pitcher start thinking about?
You know, I think sometimes if they struggle too much, they're aiming the ball.
Yeah.
I think that he's at a point right now where he's really just pushing it rather than just throwing it and letting it fly. He's falling behind Sampson here, 3-0. There's a
Right
weak
back to the
grounder.
tapper. We might got to get it out of the glove, and we turn 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
And now we got a rundown going. And got him. Well, you don't see that play every day in baseball, do you?
Triple play. Looked like a 1, 2, 3, 5, 1 triple play with the runner thrown out at home.
Here's the replay on the screen. Right back to Melquist. We get the out at home. Fires down to first. Not a great throw, but get it. First baseman, Weivel, throws to third. Now we've got a rundown as the runner breaks for home. The throw to Melquist at the plate in time as he tags him on the hat. Triple play.
Had the snow cone sticking out of his glove to end the inning. I think the high throw to first actually fooled the runner at third because he thought he was going to get down the line, so he took a couple extra steps off third. First baseman was able to throw behind him, catch him in a rundown.
That might be number 1 on top 10 tonight. What do you think?
I think that's one way to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. You talked about trying to find ways to work out of a situation.
That's one way to get out of.
The triple play is usually a pitcher's friend, no matter what the situation is. Looks like Bonk's day is done after 4 innings. Tiervold coming in, senior lefty.
Well, that leaves the door open. So the Red Knights, it's not done yet.
No, definitely not. 3 at bats left, only down 5. Big difference, only down 5 than 7, 8, 9. Where it looked like it was going to be with the bases loaded, nobody out.
What do you know about Tiervold here?
Tiervold's kind of a crafty lefty, smaller guy. Got a fastball, not overpowering. Got a changeup, got a curveball. Kind of a typical lefty junk ball pitcher. With a 5-0 lead, looking to come in and throw some strikes and get some people out. Chan has any weaknesses, it's their pitching depth once they get past their starters. They don't necessarily have a closer per se, kind of a closer by committee.
Right. Well, and as you know, the deeper you get into the season, once you get to playoffs, it's all about how many arms you have left.
A little bit easier in the high school season than it is in the Legion season to
Truly. All right, the Red Knights have their work cut out for them.
Now up, number 12, the second baseman, Jamison Shu.
And we'll open up with their number 2 hitter. This is Shu, the second baseman, who earlier in the game made a real nice defensive play. Was able to turn a double play to get the Red Knights out of a jam. So let's see if he can ignite a little offense.
Yeah, in 5 innings, Red Knights have turned a double play and a triple play. You don't see too many of those in high school ball.
Pitch to Shu is a ball.
Evens the count at 1. Got that first pitch in for a strike. They're both looking to work ahead here. Definitely a different look than what
That
Bonk
ball
was
is
throwing.
up, and it's going to stay in play.
Ooh. Kressler has it bounce off his glove.
You're right. He's got the full head of red hair. Just squeezed that baseball a little too soon. That glove was tightening up, and ball popped out, so Shu gets another chance. 1-2 on Shu. Foul tip, still alive.
Wasn't sure he even got a piece of that one, but just tipped it, knocked it out of Kressler's glove.
Red Knights have gone after a lot of high pitches this afternoon. Swung at a lot of balls up in the letters.
Hard to develop the patience when you get 2 strikes for the younger age guys. They don't want to go down looking.
That ball out of play. Count remains 1-2.
See a lot of underclassmen don't quite have the strike zone mastered yet. They don't want to go down looking. Can get them to swing at some pitches out of the zone. He kind of sticks his bat out. That's going to be a tough play.
Nice play. Just beat him.
Second baseman Nick Smith going on to play.
That's a
for
nice
South
play.
Dakota next
Smith's
year.
nice little snap throw and got him by a half step.
Going to be a jackrabbit next year.
Riley Simonetti coming up, catcher for the Red Knights. I think, Paul, if you could take that home run back, that three-run dinger, a little different game.
Yeah. 2-0 versus 5-0.
Yeah.
Big difference right now. A lot different pressures. Benilde looking to put a couple on the board, put some pressure back on Chan, get some runners on.
It might flare down. It should drop.
Base hit to right.
Little fister off of for Simonetti to get him down to first base. See if they bring in a pinch runner for their catcher.
Sure they will.
It's Nick Giannet. And for the Red Knights, moving over to first base now, is Tyler Wyville stepping in, number 22. Umpires are working out the details. Giannet comes in to run for Simonetti at first. Wyville steps in. Lefty, lefty. Wyville's the kind of kid, Paul, that again, if he can get the ball up in the air.
Yeah, it looks like the wind's kind of blowing from right field towards left, though. He's going to have to go to left center the other way. I don't know if a pulled ball is going to get out of here with the wind, but definitely looks like he has the power to get one out of here.
I'm going to call, you know what I'm going to call, just because I'm going to call it, I'm going to call a gap shot.
Kind of left center gap.
I'm going to call a gap shot. Well,
Base hit. There's a
call
gap
it
between the
base.
first and
gap
second
between.
baseman.
All right,
Yeah,
so
all right,
I'll
we'll give you
take that. Okay. All right, so
That's probably one of your better predictions I've ever heard.
it's one of my only predictions.
Pat Brooks.
All right, Wyville gets a hit, which pushes G&A down to second base.
And first and second with one out.
Red Knights would like nothing more right now than shortstop Matt Brooks. Punch run through the infield. Let's see what we can do here. See if we can't get this Red Knight offense going. Matt Brooks taking over at shortstop for Keaton Studsrud last year. Started for 3 years. Studsrud up at North Dakota. Football scholarship now. Boy, Tyrold staying low there, huh, Paul, on those two swinging strikes?
Yeah, fooling a little bit. Not overpowering by any means, but relies on location, changing pitches. Try to get him to bite at an outside fastball.
Thought about it for a split second. And the count on Brooks now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Staying alive.
Called straight back, right on that one.
Here's the pitch to Brooks. Fouled out of play. Oh!
Made some contact. Hopefully it wasn't with the O'Connor limo waiting to take him over to the lacrosse.
No, that limousine's in the back parking lot, out of harm's way. Here's the pitch from Tyrold. And that's just going to see which way.
Shortstop dove for it, knocked it down.
He knocked it down. I don't know if he would have scored, but
And I think he might have if it got by him, but he knocked it down, kept it in the
Knocked it
infield,
down
and
and
got
kept it
bases
back.
loaded.
now again for the Red Knights, critical at bat for Vasari right now.
Pedersen out to talk to Tiervold.
We talked a few innings ago that A.J. Pedersen, graduate of Minnetonka High School, played ball for the University of Minnesota, Big Ten. Had some success in the minor league with the Twins, drafted by the Twins, and realized when his playing days were over, he wasn't done with baseball, and finds himself coaching a real solid team for Chanhassen.
Yeah, stepped into a real favorable position. A lot of senior leadership. Pretty easy to step in for his first year.
All right, for the Red Knights now is John Vasari, who's been the DH all night for the Red Knights. Now's a good time to put a ball in play.
AJ sporting the high socks. Doesn't look like his team's buying into it, though. He's the only one in uniform.
Yeah, everybody else is wearing the long pants, pants down.
Tiervold falling behind, not what he wants to do with a 5-0 lead here.
Red Knights working for everything they can get right now. 2 balls, no strikes on Vasari. And here's the pitch. Topper, foul. All right, Paul, what's he gonna throw? What's he gonna throw in this
Pretty much
situation?
just throws a little cutter and a little curveball. I doubt he'd throw a curveball here. He doesn't want to throw anything in the dirt. So I'm guessing he's going to throw either a little 2-seam or a little 4-seam fastball here. Try to make him earn his way on. Fastball in the outside corner gets the call. Evens the count at 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Vasari needs a hit right now to keep this rally going for the Red Knights. Works the count full. Here's a pitch from Tyrell. Ripped.
Grounded to second. 4-3 double play.
I tell you, Paul, again, they're going to look at the box score, and left on base is going to.
I think Benilde might be out hitting Chan in this game.
The left on base has been too many Red Knights been left out of the bags.
It's like Chan has 5 hits and Benilde has 8.
Yeah.
So it's not a. Even though the score is 5-0, the game definitely hasn't been dominated by Chan. Benilde just has left at least 10 batters on through 5 innings. It's like a new pitcher coming out for Benilde.
Looks like they're going to bring in Dries, who's been. Dries going to pick the ball up. He's been playing third base for the Red Knights.
Yeah,
He's sophomore. So again, underclassmen getting some world-class experience tonight.
See who moved over to third.
We're in the top of the 6th right now. It's the home opener for Benilde. Red Knights on the short end right now. Have not played at a run. Down 5-zip. The storm from Chanhassen.
Looks like Jamison Shu moving over to play third base. Taking Dries' spot.
And Alex Houlihan then's going to go into second base. Yeah, I'd almost say, Paul, some timely outs on both teams. You know, situations where the game could have gotten away from either team, and defense kind of steps up and makes a play, a double play, or
2
a
double
triple
plays and a triple play.
Plays like that can wipe out threats real fast.
You can definitely tell that the adults are picking the music here at Benilde, not the kids.
Number 8.
You noticed that too, huh?
Classic vinyl going here. Yeah, it's the O'Connor Cool 108 Classic Hits playlist or something.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, you hear Buck and I are back on the radio,
I
huh?
did hear that.
Yeah, we're back on, recreating our old days from KDWB. We're on Cool 108s on Cool 108,
You guys still act like you're just out of college. You might
8
as well
to
go
10
back
on
and
Sunday nights.
try to recreate some of the magic from the.
You don't ever want me to grow up, do you? That ball was hit a
by
ton.
Clute, but going foul.
No, this gives us a chance to kind of recreate the 80s. Remember the 80s?
I have pictures.
So you have proof.
I remember most of the stuff. Good sportsmanship there by Simonetti, picking the bat up for Clute on his way back. I like to see that.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
I always like to see that when the catcher picks up the bat for the batter on his way back. It's one of the reasons I come to the games, even though I don't have a kid playing. One hopper to home plate by the pitcher there. Didn't get Clute to buy on it.
Now, this game was moving along at a pretty fast clip. It's slowed down just a tad. We've had some walks and.
Yep. There's a shot past the third baseman for Clute. Base hit into left.
It was ripped.
Clute's got a little bit of the Ron Say Penguin third base going.
Now up number
Kinda
18,
stocky.
Jared Davidson.
That'll bring up Davidson, who's out in
Right field.
right field tonight. Battled the sun earlier. Tough position to play here when it's sunny.
Looks like we got a pinch hitter on deck for Chanhassen against the righty, T.J. Hokinson.
Hokinson is going to be coming up next. Davidson for the moment, though. Ball and a strike.
Looks like Hokinson's gonna bat for the designated hitter, Ferris now. Ferris faced both left-handers. Looks like Hokinson's going to come in against the righty. Ground ball in the dirt.
Similarly blocked that, but the problem was that obviously it bounced too far off, and it was a pretty easy opportunity for the runner to advance to second base.
Those are the kind of things that hurt. You can live with the base hits, but you
Yeah,
kind of want to make
just-
them earn each of their bases. Just giving them second base without getting an out.
Puts him in a scoring position.
Now there's a ground ball up the middle. Now he's going to move over to third. Shortstop makes the play, throws
Nice play.
Davidson out at first, but runner Clute advances to third.
Now, number 20, T.J. Hokinson.
Hokinson, junior, senior, Paul?
He's a sophomore,
Sophomore.
actually.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, he's a junior.
All right.
Kind of first year with the big league club. Pretty strong left-handed batter, can play some first base, but more known for his bat. Can hit the ball with some power. Kind of serves as the designated hitter against righties. Looking to drive the runner here from third with one out.
Storm with a scoring threat with a man on third with one out. And the Red Knights don't need to give up any more runs. They've been hard to come by.
Hawkinson looks at a strike on the outside corner. Hawkinson looking to get something in the air, get something in the outfield, try to get that runner in from third. It's going to take something fairly deep with Clute's penguin speed from third.
Well, the Red Knights are deep in the outfield, so
Looks like they're going to, coach is coming out now. I think they're going to talk about playing the infield in here.
yeah, I don't think they want to give up any more runs.
5-0 is going to be hard enough to overcome. They don't want to go down 6. Not here in the top of the 6th. I think that's what the coach was telling them. Just kind of reminded them not automatically to throw home, because not a speedy runner on third. So
Well, and I think they realize that too.
he
that
might not be going on contact here.
there's not a lot of speed down there, and as you said, they've pulled the Red Knight defense in the infield to save a run if they can.
Not all the way in, just kind of right on the edge of the
Yeah.
grass. Should still give them plenty of time.
Of course, you can't defense there in a wild pitch, and it's tough when.
Even the Penguin can find its way home from
Yeah,
the
he'll
ball
get
back
home
to the
then.
backstop.
All right, so that clears the base, picks up another run for the Storm as they move out 6-0 over the Red Knights right now.
Hokinson's mindset changes now with no runners on. He's looking to get a base hit. He's not going to be satisfied now with a fly ball to the outfield. I'd be kind of disappointed he missed that RBI opportunity.
Hanging tough.
He's only given up one single, but he's allowed a run on 2 wild pitches and a ground out.
Yeah, that's not going to look nice on the statistic sheet. He's, you know, and he is been throwing it in the dirt.
Yeah, not going to entice for many people to swing when
No.
the ball doesn't even make it as far as the dirt. It's throwing a couple in the grass. There's a good fastball.
Hard hit ball to the shortstop should be a routine play.
Wishes he had that hit back a couple pitches ago, because the runner wouldn't have been able to
Wouldn't have been
score
able
on
to
that.
move. Yeah,
The
I agree.
designated hitter, Daniel Ferris.
2 outs now for Chan. Mitch Melquist is the 3rd pitcher the Red Knights have used tonight.
Ground ball in the
Shortstop,
hole. Nice play.
good play. Dig it out of the dirt. No.
Tough play. Had to go deep in the hole. Knew he had to hurry the throw. Kind of bounced it over there.
Now up, number 1, the center fielder, Cole Kirkhoff.
Top of the order now for Chan.
Krillcroft comes back up as the leadoff hitter for Chan. Red Knights with 2 outs right now. I don't know. What do you think, Paul? A hit on that last one?
It was pretty deep in the hole.
He was pretty deep in the hole. That
There's
ball
well
was
hit by
hit,
Kirchhoff.
too. That was way up in the. Got a little under it.
Left fielder goes to the track.
Playing
Nice
deep.
play.
I think they were playing it pretty deep there with that wind blowing and eats it up.
Looked similar right off the bat to the Ferris 3-run homer, but left fielder was able
Just
to track
didn't
it
take
down.
off in the.
Kind of reached a little bit.
All right, that's all for the Storm in their half of the 6th inning. Red Knights will be coming in.
Looks like Chan's bringing another relief pitcher in, Ryan Ock, sophomore lefty.
It's a good, you know, to your point, this is a situation with Chan up. You get some work for your younger kids. And
Yeah,
get
still
them
got to
some
have
time
a
on
pretty
the mound.
short leash because 5 runs can disappear in a hurry in high school baseball. Ock's kind of a sidewinding, medium throwing hard lefty. Had some success on the freshman team last year, and with 10 seniors leaving Chan's program, was able to jump all the way up to the varsity team
Sure.
this year. One of the 2 sophomores on Chan to make the varsity, along with Bonk. Again, 5-run lead, looking to come in here and throw strikes and make Benilde earn its way. Ock will drop down, throw a little sidearm.
it looks like he's got that little, that little snap side.
Yeah, he'll make. I know he made Chan's batters nervous this spring, trying to just take batting practice off him.
Now,
So
does the baseball team take any kind of a trip, Paul?
they have not. We've the program's only 6 years old, and we're already on our 3rd coach. So usually we have to have some kind of organization to do that. So we've had a couple of 2-year coaches and a 1-year coach, a 3-year coach, and now a 1st-year coach. So not enough organization to plan any spring trips. There's that sidearm delivery we talked about.
Red Knights are going to have to take a hard look at that and make sure they know that's coming, because he does drop down.
Some more high cheese. That one had an upper angle from the sidearm. Was actually rising as it crossed the plate. Ock throws a lot harder than Tiervold did. So
Absolutely.
there's one in the dirt. Makes him move his feet. There's strike 3 on the outside corner. Ock dropped down there and really had him fooled.
Now up,
Looks,
number 7, Connor Day.
Goes down looking all right now. The Red Knights bring in a new hitter to the game. This is number 7. This is Connor Day, a senior.
One of the few strikeouts looking from either team today.
Connor Day, full-time pitcher for the Red Knights.
Lefty-lefty matchup here.
In Connor's first appearance this year, his father told me that he was hit by pitch, so I'm sure he's not wanting to relive that.
Probably not enjoying seeing Ock, the big lefty, dropping down on him either.
All right, 3-0, so he's going to have to come in. My guess is, again, the Red Knights need runners. Doubt if he's going to be swinging at this.
Took another fastball in. Ock struggling to find the plate against the lefty.
Now up, number 4, Alex Houlihan.
All right, so the Red Knights again put a runner on base. And I think we're going to have a pinch runner for Day. And that's going to be Jack Coylan. All right, so Houlihan knows what he needs to do. He needs to get on base. Breathe a little life into this Red Knight offense. You're right, Paul. Each one of the Chan pitchers has been, they've given each one a different look.
Hawk seems much more comfortable facing the right-handed batters
Yes.
than he does the left-handed
Agree.
batters. Come in with 2 fastballs right away. Just got a piece of that one. I tried to fool him there with a slow curveball, but
A slurvy deal there that didn't quite get it done.
he's biting.
What do you say? Go back to the heat here?
I think he's got to. He's been by him on the fastball here. There's a fastball in the dirt.
Can't find it, but the runner does not advance.
Kressler knocks it down. Might have fooled him there. He's going out to talk to him. Might have been a mix-up there in the signals. I think Kressler might have been looking for a off-speed pitch, and came in with a fastball low at his feet.
Count blue. 2-2.
Houlihan in for the Red Knights right now, and the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just missed low.
Right back to the pitcher. See if they slow throw. Save it first.
Yeah, I kind of aimed that one.
Kind of aimed it. I think he, surprised it came back at him. Just wanted to get that lead runner. Got that done.
Didn't really give his shortstop much of a chance to throw the runner out.
Red Knights now with 2 outs. Man on first. Riley Crane back to the top of the order. Steps in.
Seen a lot of pitches that flinch the batter and flinch the umpire, but no called strikes both ways.
Chanhassen bullpen still busy down the third base line. Counts 30 on Crane right now. 3-0.
Probably taking a pitch here, trying to get a runner into scoring position. Benilde needs base runners at this point. Yep, takes ball 4.
All right, so that's going to bring up Shu.
Now up, number 12, Jamison Shu.
4-pitch walk, not what Chan was looking for with a 5-run lead.
2 outs right now. We're in the bottom of the 6th right now. Red Knights need to get something going. They're down 6-0. Here's the pitch. It's a tad late on that one.
Anything in the gap here, probably score a couple of runs. With the 2 outs, runner on first, you get a pretty good jump on anything in play.
Well, they got their, we're in the top of the order right now for the Red Knights, so if it's going to happen, it should happen now. Into the set. Here's the pitch.
Comes into the strike, 2-1 now.
Stuck his bat out, weak ground ball. Can he beat it? Yes, he can beat that. Shoe's got some wheels, Paul.
Yeah, no doubt there.
And on a weak ground ball to the shortstop.
Shortstop Denzer made a good play. He got a strong arm, but
He got on the line pretty
clearly
quick.
beat it out.
Beat it out.
Loads the bases for the meat of the order for Benilde.
Well, here's a
Here's the lefty-lefty matchup that Ox struggled with earlier.
here's a guy that can hit a ball. And if the timing is everything, this could be a good time for Riley Simonetti to show us what he's got. Number 20, the catcher.
Again, Ox struggles with the lefty. It's 5 straight balls to a lefty. AJ going out to talk to him now. Doesn't like what he sees with him pitching against the lefties. Still sporting the high socks, but nobody's buying.
Not one player.
I think if one of these underclassmen could sport the high socks, they might find themselves in the game.
Well, if Simonetti can get the job done and knock a couple home, then you've got Tyler Wyville, the number 4 hitter, up next, who also could do a little damage for the Red Knights. So,
Benilde third base coach is pretty confident that he can do the job. He's already designated who's going to run for him when he gets on base. So.
Zone it up, Riley.
Looking for a base hit here to get Benilde back into this game. Base hit would definitely score 2 here with some speed at second base. Outfield playing pretty deep for the big boy.
the Red Knights definitely have speed at second base. Crane can get home. He's pretty quick. Simonetti needs to get the job done.
Looks like the coach went out and told him that he might as well pitch from the windup with the bases loaded here. He struggled to find home plate from the stretch against the lefty, so now he's going back to the windup. Real slow curveball there, didn't get him to bite. 2-1 now.
Red Knights have 2 outs. They need Simonetti to come through right now.
Ball low.
Zone, Riley.
3-1. Hawk doesn't want to walk him here.
Fires a strike. All right. 2 outs. Full count. Base is juiced.
Can allow the runner from first to get a good jump. Might score on a base hit. There they go. It's a weak ground ball to first base.
And I hate to say it, but the Red Knights
Leave 3.
left 3.
Wow.
I would say, and of course we don't have cumulative stats in front of us, but I'm guessing they left over 10.
Yeah, I would say 11 or 12 through 6 innings. That's
But you're right. Yeah, again, the Red Knights have out-hit Chanhassen 10-7, but don't have any runs to show for it. And go into the top of the 7th now, trailing 6-0.
There's just one thing. You see, we never, ever do nothing.
We do have some wholesale changes. Red Knights have a new catcher, Dylan Hewitt.
We're going to take the beginning of this song.
sounds like it's another O'Connor 8-track playing.
You know what they
between
need?
inning
They
music
needed
here.
to pull the music for this deal.
The way we do.
This is some music that I don't even recall.
No, it's Proud Mary done
Rolling on the River, huh?
before Mary was
Little,
even born, I think. It was.
Early Tina Turner.
I think it might even date before that. I think they might have been talking about Mary and Joseph.
Oh my gosh. I think it takes you back into the 1970s, if I recall. All right, I thought Hewitt was going to catch, but it looks like Simonetti's come back out, so he just had the gear on. But a 7th, the Red Knights have Matthew Brooks on the mound. Trying to finish off Chan and give the Red Knights one more chance. I can't thank you enough for helping me out on this broadcast, bud.
No problem.
This worked out pretty swell. I haven't seen you in a while, and it's good to see you today.
It's been a good game on a beautiful day. Benilde just has been unable to come up with clutch hit.
Yeah, the clutch hits weren't there tonight.
Runners in scoring position in every inning and just haven't been able to string one more hit together.
Now up, number 2, the second baseman, Nick Smith.
Smith had a bunt single earlier in the game. We'll see if the third baseman learned anything from it. It's a new third baseman, and it looks like he's leaving that line pretty
wide open
again.
Red Knights need a 1-2-3, get back in and give it one more shot. Saw earlier tonight Richard Olson stopped by, development director for the Red Knights for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Let me know that there's still opportunities for kids to come here in the fall. In the 7th and 8th grade, the junior high is not completely full yet.
Hard hit ball by Smith over the school.
Wish I had a nickel for every ball that was up on that roof of the school, Paul. Could probably take you out to dinner tonight.
Probably have your original KDWB salary back.
Matt Brooks on the hill for the Red Knights in the top of the 7th. Full count now.
Another sophomore getting some time on the mound for Benilde. Doesn't want to walk the leadoff guy here, though.
And he did just that.
Does on a high fastball. Brings up Denzer, going to turn him around from the left side here.
This will be fun to see him switch hit. She said he's pretty accomplished at that.
Yep, heading to Kansas next year. Brooks looks like he's got a little heat on his ball.
Just
he's showing a couple of
needs to dial
nice
it in right
off-speed
now.
pitches too. Just needs to find the plate. There goes the runner, hit and run. Denzer takes and Smith steals second. AJ plans on doing a lot of aggressive base running with this Chanhassen team this year. And they better pay attention. AJ was the guest spokesman for the Gophers banquet on base running this past spring. So he knows what he's doing with instructing base runners. Moves Smith into scoring position now with Denzer up.
He went.
Yes, he did.
Here's a pitch. Inside. We're at the top of the 7th right now. Home opener for Benilde. Lazy fly ball into center field. Crane making the move.
Nice running catch.
Makes the catch. And for the home opener tonight, it's not gone Benilde's way. Not to this point. 6-0 right now as we get into the later stages of this game. Jack Matson.
Left fielder, big strong lefty. Fall back onto the school.
was a good pitch. Nice
Curveball
breaking ball.
for a strike. Fooled Madsen a little bit. Started off outside and broke back right over the plate against the lefty.
0-2 right now. See if Brooks can sit him down.
Comes back with some of that high cheese that Benilde's
Seen
been
a lot of
swinging
that high
at, but
cheese today. Benilde bites on it. Chan says no thanks. That was ripped.
It's a base hit to right. See if it scores Smith here from second. They're going to send him. There's a relay by the first baseman, but not in time.
So Chan, the Storm, played another run.
Now up, number
Love a
5,
touchdown here,
Colin
7-0.
McNeil.
The McNeil now comes in
Pinch
to
hitter.
hit.
Chan going to throw up the senior lefty to pinch hit. I think he's pinch hitting for Clute, who had a hit his last time up. No, Clute's on deck. This must be for Sampson.
I think as I've watched this game go along, Paul, I think again probably the experience of Chan has allowed them to string together a little better game than the Red Knights tonight.
Yeah, just a couple of experienced batters laying off the high cheese that we
Yep.
talked about.
Well,
Madsen laid off the high cheese there where he could have went down swinging. Instead, he laid off of it, waited for the next pitch, and drove a single to right field to score the run.
Sharp hit ball,
Ooh, got a glove on
almost
it.
glove. Second baseman for the Red Knights, Jamison Shue, knocked it down but couldn't get a glove on it.
Another one of those where you wonder if the sun plays a factor.
Yeah.
That ball's hit right into the sun. He's moving to his left, looking right back into the sun, trying to track down the ground ball. Sometimes the sun can affect the ground ball as much as it does a fly ball. We got the sun going down just over the school. Right in the eyes of the right side.
Red Knights definitely do not need to give up any more runs. We've talked about that as Chan has continued to add to their total.
It was a nice curveball to lead off against Clute.
I think the Storm have gotten the timely hits tonight. The Red Knights have not.
Brooks throwing some quality pitches. Just hasn't been able to get Chan to bite on the borderline ones, and then when he's had to come back in, got a couple of hits off of him.
It's the pitch going to be low. That's a ball.
Let him off with a nice curveball for strike one, and then he's come back with 3 fastballs on the outside that haven't been close.
I don't think the Red Knights want to throw another pitcher out there. I think they want Brooks to finish. And
There's a strike.
how about a double play ball? See if we can get the Red Knights
I've seen a couple of them already.
out of this inning tonight. Nope, upstairs.
All 4 to Clute. It's going to bring up the right fielder,
Number
Davidson.
18, Jared Davidson.
Bases loaded here. Big spot for the junior.
It's one of those situations where if he gets a hit, you can say he broke it wide open now.
Hard to say if that hasn't already happened down 7-0.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you.
7-0 is typically wide open for a high school game. Back when we were coaching the 10-year-olds,
7-0
was usually the top of the first.
7-0 was nothing.
Yeah, 7-0 was nothing.
Yeah, it's going to take more than 7 to beat you. All right, so Matt Brooks trying to work out of a jam now. He's got bases juiced. He's got 3 balls and no strikes going here. And make that a strike.
Gets the call there on the belt tie fastball.
I think
Umpire
we'll take that call.
A little bit. Yeah. Umpire saying it's 7-0. Swing the bat.
Yeah, let's open it up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low, and that's a ball.
Hard for the umpire to even call that one a strike. Bases loaded walk makes it 8-0.
Now up, number 7, Jeffrey Kressler.
Red Knights have used 4 pitchers this afternoon.
Chan's used 3, so it hasn't been the pitcher's deal that it started off with. There's a curveball that gets away.
Runner does not advance.
Far enough.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. If we go back to some of our games when the kids were 10, 11, 12 years old, the final score would be about 17-15, 22-20.
Running out of daylight. Playing on those fields with no lights.
Hard hit ball to shortstop should be a routine play.
Gets the runner at second, but
the throw was not perfect. There was no way they were going to turn 2. The throw was too low.
Now up, number 10, the designated hitter, Daniel Ferris.
Chan plates another run.
Makes it 9-0. With Ferris, who earlier this game had a 3-run homer that made it 5-0 earlier in the game.
Well, the difference between then and now is that Wynn has backed off a bit, and that's going to be a high infield fly ball that should be caught. To end the inning and give the Red Knights one more chance. So we move into the bottom of the 7th with Chan holding a 9-0 lead. 10 hits for the Red Knights, 9 for Chan.
You'd think that would give us a much different score than what we have, wouldn't you?
Left on base for the Red Knights tonight has been a problem. Just good to get that timely hit to bring in a run or 2 or 3.
Looks like Chan's going to use their 4th pitcher too. Number 12, Hunter Evans, coming in to pitch the 7th with a 9-0 lead.
So I'm going to walk about 50 steps once this game is over.
Is that going to be your exercise for the day?
It's
then?
my exercise for the day, except for the jaunt we've done here. And I'll watch my daughter Katie and the Red Knight girls lacrosse team take on Jefferson. So,
how's the lacrosse team this year?
Well, it's a valid question. I'm glad you asked. The expectation is high. They'd like to get out of their section. We've got a good team. I don't know if it's a great team, but I think it's a good team.
Got my first exposure to lacrosse last summer. Watched some lacrosse down at the Chan Stadium. They're having a state tournament down there, so some high quality play, and I'd never really seen it before. It was very, very interesting sport.
The boys from the girls is a very different deal. You can get the boys can get pretty physical out there. The girls, they don't like it to get physical.
But that can make
but
a girl that is physical have an advantage.
You put a metal stick in the hands of a 17-year-old girl, and
you know that from your younger days.
I do. Oh, do I do. All right, let's see what we got here for the Red Knights. Pitch hitter for Benilde coming is number 18. This is Stephen Bliss.
Looks like both teams kind of emptying their benches here. McNeil in to play second base. No, it's still Smith out there. Looks like they re-entered Davidson to play, or re-entered Sampson to play first base here. McNeil pinch hit for him. Yeah. They're just announcing Sampson re-entering for McNeil.
Yeah.
Pinch hit for him here in the top of the 7th.
Red Knights don't have much time to think about this game, as they will be back in action on Thursday. Kennedy is here for another 4:30 game, and it doesn't get any easier this weekend. They'll host Edina, the Red Knights. Edina will be here at 3 o'clock on Saturday. But it doesn't matter because we're playing ball.
And the weather's beautiful.
And the weather's beautiful. All right, Bliss goes down swinging, so this is going to bring up for the Red Knights.
Number 14.
Number 14 is Dylan Hewitt. And I think you're right. The strike zone has gotten just a hair bigger here, as the umpires probably has reservations at 7 for dinner. He wants to make sure he's on time. But you can't call that one a strike.
No, almost hit the batter, almost hit the umpire, and got away from the catcher. Unless you're Leslie Nielsen, you probably got to let that one go down as a ball.
Probably, you're right. You're right. Well, I hope we can cross paths again this spring.
I hope so too. We'll be broadcasting the game at Chan later in the season.
It's a good question. I think the ParkTV broadcasts a handful here at Benilde. You know, they carry obviously the girls softball, and they do a lacrosse game now and again. Maybe you should investigate to see if Chanhassen cable TV wants us on the roster some night, huh?
I think they might be willing to give radio a shot. I'm not sure they're going to let us do television.
Well, they can't pay us any less.
They definitely could pay us a little more.
All right, Hewitt draws a walk.
We haven't even talked about where the lunch location is going to be as payback for doing this game with you.
Oh, I got you covered, bud. Be happy to have happy to break a little bread for you. This is Johnny Vasari, number 9 for the Red Knights.
Hunter even in to try to finish off the game, strike out the first batter, and then walk the second. Not what you want to do, trying to close out a game with a 9-0 lead. Now he comes back, and
yeah, that'll wake up the dugout.
Rifles an ugly finder into the first base dugout.
Nice pitch. Good location on that one.
Yep, swung on and missed.
Vasari with 2 strikes. Trying to keep it alive for the Red Knights. We got 2 outs, Paul.
Yeah, another one of those dinner reservation strike calls. Batter didn't like it. Thought it was a little inside.
Umpire didn't want to be late for supper. The Red Knights down to their final out right now. Derek Dries. But as we've said all along, this is a very young Benilde team. They're going to take their hits this year and their lumps. A lot of sophomore juniors in the starting lineup. And
they're going to look back in this game and just look at all the runners left on base. I think that's the key factor in this game. Chance left hardly anyone, and Benilde has left a lot.
A ton. It could have gone a very different way tonight, but it's part of this game. Foul back.
Benilde down to their last strike here.
2-2 count.
Two outs. Hats off. Shake them out.
could be game. Ball to the second baseman, routine play to first, and that is it. Well, Paul, good game for Chan, tough game for the Red Knights, but
yeah, didn't see a lot of errors. Both teams were pretty sharp in the field, just kind of clutch hits and walks. Kind of the difference in this one.
Give it a line score here. Chan scores 9 runs on 9 hits. The Red Knights are shut out, but played at 10 hits. Just couldn't get the timely hits that they wanted. As we said, Red Knight baseball continues. Kennedy here on Thursday. Edina home here at Benilde on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Paul Harris, thank you very much, my friend. I can't thank you enough for being here with me
Good to see you. Beautiful day for baseball.
Thanks to ParkTV and all the good folks there for broadcasting Benilde-St. Margaret's baseball. We hope you have a great night, a great spring. Thanks again for tuning in. Go Red Knights. See you on the ball field again real soon.